We think of the year as just pages on a calendar, right? January, February, March. But what if it's more than that? What if it's a continuous story that our planet tells, a giant epic with four incredible chapters? Well, today that's exactly what we're going to explore the story of the four seasons.
So, the best way to think about this whole journey is to picture a giant wheel, one that's constantly turning. This isn't just about time passing, it's all about our planet's tilt as it makes its lap around the sun. And that tilt, it carves the year into four totally unique parts: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So, let's hop on and take a ride around this wheel together, starting with the season of new beginnings.
And here's our first act spring. I like to call it the Great Awakening. This is that amazing moment when the world, after a long, quiet sleep, finally starts to stir, stretch, and just burst with new life and energy.
And this, right here, is one of the very first clues that spring is on its way. After months of looking bare, trees start pushing out these beautiful, delicate blossoms. It's like nature's first big, vibrant signal that the whole cycle of growth is kicking off all over again. So what should you be on the lookout for in spring? Well, the weather's kind of all over the place, right? You get these glorious sunny days mixed in with those classic spring showers, which, of course, help everything grow. Plants are blossoming everywhere, and in the animal kingdom, it's go time. You might see swans sitting on their nests or spot some of the first baby animals of the year, like ducklings and rabbits. Okay, so let's keep moving around the wheel. After that big wake-up call of spring, we roll right into the high point of the entire year, summer. This is the sun's peak performance.
Wow, look at that change. Those little blossoms from spring have given way to this incredible, full canopy of lush green leaves. The tree is basically a solar-powered factory now, just soaking up all that amazing energy from the long days of sunshine to fuel its growth.
And that's really what defines summer, isn't it? The light. The days are at their absolute longest, and all that extra sunlight is the fuel for the explosive growth you see everywhere. And hey, it also gives us a lot more time to get outside and play. And this is where you can see how it all connects. The weather is sunny and warm, perfect for swimming. All that sunlight means trees are packed with leaves and flowers are everywhere. And for the animals, it's a nonstop party. Bees are buzzing around, working hard, and those little tadpoles from spring have now grown into frogs. The whole world is just humming with activity. From the peak of summer, that wheel just keeps on turning. Now we enter our third act, autumn. But it's not a sudden stop. It's the slow, gorgeous transition, a kind of colorful retreat from all that summer energy.
And this is the image that everyone thinks of when they hear the word autumn. It's just a spectacular show. As the days get shorter and a little cooler, the trees stop making the green stuff, chlorophyll, and that lets these amazing yellows and oranges that were hiding there all along finally shine through. It's like nature's one last big fireworks display before things get quiet. So if you had to sum up autumn in one word, it would be preparation. Everything is getting ready. The weather turns cooler, a bit wetter, the leaves are falling, of course, and you can find things like acorns and conkers on the ground. And just look at the animals. They're all busy. You'll see squirrels frantically burying nuts, and animals like hedgehogs are getting ready to hibernate, to sleep through the cold months ahead. All that busy preparation leads us straight to our final act on the wheel, winter. This is a time of rest, of quiet, when it feels like so much of the natural world is just asleep, conserving all its energy. Those vibrant colors of autumn, they're gone, and what's left is the stark, almost skeletal kind of beauty. The bare branches make these amazing patterns against the winter sky. But here's the thing to remember. This tree isn't dead, not at all. It's just resting, waiting for the signal to wake up all over again. But wait, not every tree gets the memo. You've got your rebels, right? The evergreen trees, like firs and pines. They have special leaves or needles with this waxy coating that helps them hang on through the cold, adding a little splash of green to a world that's mostly gone to sleep.
This really is the season of stillness. The weather is the coldest, the days are short, and you might get snow or frost. Most trees are bare, but there is definitely still life out there. You might spot birds like robins. Their red chests really pop against the white snow. Or you might hear an owl calling in the crisp night air. So we've made it all the way around the wheel. We've seen the four acts of the year. But that raises a massive question, doesn't it? How does anything actually live through these huge swings from hot to cold, from light to dark? Well, it's all part of life's grand plan for survival.
Exactly.
How do they cope with it all? It's not an accident. Over millions of years, animals and plants have come up with some absolutely incredible strategies to handle the turning of the seasons.
For animals, it usually boils down to one of three master plans. They can migrate, which basically means packing up and moving to a better place. They can hibernate, which is like sleeping through all the tough parts. Or they can adapt, which means changing their behavior or even their bodies to deal with the new conditions. And this gives you a perfect visual of what we're talking about. Migration, that's the birds flying south for the winter. Hibernation, that's the bear snoozing in its den. And adaptation, that could be a fox growing a thicker winter coat or an Arctic hare turning white to blend in with the snow. It's a whole toolbox for survival.
So what about plants? Oh, they are the absolute masters of adaptation. I mean, look at these two images. A tree with blooming flowers and a tree with bare branches. They look like total opposites, don't they? But they're not. They're actually two sides of the very same survival story. A tree drops its leaves to save energy and water through the winter, and that period of rest is what makes the explosion of new life in the spring possible.
And just like that, the cycle continues. Through the awakening, the peak, the retreat, and the rest, life just keeps on going. It's funny, we change our clothes and our activities for each season, and it turns out the entire natural world is in a constant, beautiful dance with the Earth's journey around the sun, too.
So the big takeaway here is that the wheel never stops turning. Whether it's the very first flower you see in spring or the first frost of winter, this amazing story is always unfolding right outside your window. The only question is, what new detail are you going to notice this season?